Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the wild jungles of Lush Stretch. Yes, wonderful. I'll roll with it, okay? Lush Stretch. Well, to be fair, it is not a very large jungle, so I guess you could call it just a little stretch of a jungle. But yes, welcome back, everyone, to our adventures here in Reus 2, where we are once more taking on the role of a goddess learning her ways through these galaxies. To my immense delight, I know that it may not yet seem like this is going to be the absolutely delightful series of events that it will be, but I can promise you, my friends, as our powers grow, as we unlock more biomes and more of the biotica, to go into the geez, like there's like biotica, biomes, biolilias, like basically, the plants, the animals, and the minerals that go all over our planet will do some very fun things that will give us many wonderful ideas, such as the Sandcat Oasis Temple that I would really like to be possibly creating in our little crossover zoo crafting series, which I've been putting hundreds of hours of work into in the background. I swear you guys will see it one day. It's just still in progress. And also, we're going to have a good time while we do it, creating new worlds and seeing what challenges we are able to accomplish, what things we are able to unlock, and if we are able to do well enough to be able to make monuments to the gods that will last forever within our histories. But that's kind of a tall order considering we haven't even left like the prehistoric era to go into the first era, which will actually be our place within the ancient era, where we are going to have to pick what kind of age our planet will follow. And we will be able to unlock different potential ages depending on how much prosperity, population, technology, or wealth we happen to have, or if some of the dark forces of the universe want to rear their tentacles, and we end up seeing that too. Just a little bit of a hint spoiler using I watched my husband play Powers. But alright, so welcome back to the jungles of Lord Thunder within Lush Stretch, where we now have the botanist themselves as a spirit, Lord Thunder, another one of our wonderful patrons who make all of these adventures and my brekkie oranges possible. Thank you so much. We're going to see if we're going to be able to help their village thrive alongside Ginger Fury Blossom Harbor, where now we have a bunch of kelp currently in the shallows of the Blue Sea, and hopefully we will be able to help the harbor village also thrive by getting their population up to population level 10. If we are able to help their levels rise that high, we will unlock a draft charge, which will allow us to go ahead and to unlock more of the different seeds of life, or minerals, because I don't know if I'm going to call a piece of jade a, like, bit of life, but there you have it. Maybe, technically. But we could potentially unlock those things if we get the draft charges, which we gain by completing the request of our humble cities, which might one day rise up to either become cultists worshipping the tentacle gods or, possibly taking over the stars themselves. I'm telling you, there's a lot of potential here. In any case, alright, so let's carry on. Oh, and also, if we complete the botanist and their request, so if we manage to help the jungles of Lord Thunder have a combined population and technology of 4 and have at least 2 plants within their borders, then they will actually welcome another one of the new settlements. The more settlements we unlock and the more we are able to complete these requests, the more our power shall grow, and we shall have even more eon power to add more plants, minerals, or animals into the biomes. Yeah. Let's learn by doing, because I know a lot of that sounds a little chaotic. So let's carry on, and let's see what we can do in terms of plants with our wonderful swamp giant, Tortomortator. I just made that up, but now forever I will be calling this swamp giant Tomortator. We're going to go ahead and we're going to see if we can add in some really useful plants to get that population technology up, bearing in mind there is a fantastic science booster here in the grounds of the jungles of Lord Thunder. So we would definitely want to have something to help raise our science over there, like the Ramon tree, which not only gives you science, but adds to extra biodiversity for this land. Let's do it. Rise! Oh, it's so cute! I don't know why that gets me every time. I just love seeing the plants pop up. What can I tell ya? Oh, they're so happy. Congratulations, little Lord Thunder Village. And now, I think... Oh, look at that! So now their population went up because they happen to... 150... Oh! I have no idea why they have that bonus. Wait, why? Ramondre, explain yourself, or don't. Just give us some apples. I'm not going to question it. Now, I would like to add the bananas in as well. The bananas are one of the new plants that we have unlocked our god powers into opening. So we say, look, I have to blend it with immersion, or I'm going to get so bored I will evaporate into the sea of stars. Not that this is boring, just like, I'm all about the immersive roleplay. And if you're not here for that, I guess you're here for the possibility of hearing my guinea pigs squeak in the background. But unfortunately for you, I just fed them like a whole head of lettuce because all of you are little lettuce demons. 5 guinea pigs versus 1 small head of green leaf lettuce stood no chance. You'll see so one day. In any case, I would like to add in these bananas because they would actually give us plus 20 food for each plant they happen to be next to, like our lovely Ramon trees that are now here in the jungles of Lord Thunder. However, we need to have at least 3 biodiversity within this jungle before we can go ahead and add that in. We only have here in Lush Stretch 2 biodiversity at the moment. And we need to be able to have a little bit more from some of the plants, minerals, or animals that are not repeating the Ramon tree. Put the Ramon tree down, decrease biodiversity, because you're not diversifying the whole diversity part of biodiversity. So, what else do we have? We have the taro, which would give a big boost if its roots would reach out to minerals nearby. And we also have the papaya tree, bio booster. If this biome has at least 3 biodiversity, then it's going to give you plus 15 more food. That sounds fantastic. Papayas away! Maybe I should be putting that somewhere else, but here we are. Oh, look at that! That's a lot of food. Oh my gosh. Hey, look at that. And now the jungles of Lord Thunder at the hearth of the botanist is growing, and some of the people within their village are ready to call the 3rd, and unless we use our god powers to summon more in the future. I think we can't do that till we finish more planets though. But this would be the 3rd and final of the different villages that we can add in until later when we complete more planets, unlock more god powers, and can go ahead and like add in more settlers. Just saying. So let's actually take a peek at who this would be, because I could just go ahead and put down any biome over here in the barren landscape that you see over here and just throw whoever comes in it. But considering we currently can add in the desert, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the desert biome, the ocean biome, or the rainforest biome, all of which offer different kinds of a boost, with the desert being really, really, really great for gold. Possibly not so great if you're trying to, you know, have some plants though. Let's make sure we know what kind of spirit is now being summoned from our list of fantastic patrons to join us on these adventures. Also, Beaver, for real? You're so loud! Hey, it's the goddess again! We can have Sandcat Oasis! Let's do it! Oops, I don't have a place for the goddess to go. Well. Alright, let me go ahead and get a little desert maybe tossed down in here. It probably doesn't even need to be that huge. And then I think we do have the ability to summon pearls now within our realm. So let's actually have the ocean god come over. Ginger Fury Blossom Harbor might need more plants in the future. We might have to work with that. So let me actually have a well, we're gonna have a little bit of a crowded planet, so we're gonna need to be clever about this. So let's let the desert, the mountain giant, the stone giant, raise some of these sandy deserts and their soils. And I'm actually going to have the ocean giant wiggle over a little bit, maybe have a little bit of a salty sea ocean pop in. Let's see. At least that big, really, ocean? Okay, fine. And then we'll have Tortomortator, the swamp giant, come over, and we shall add a little bit more rainforest to both Gingerfurry Blossom Harbor's potential land, as well as the jungles of Lord Thunder. Because we want to make sure that everybody will have the opportunity to have what will help their particular villages really thrive, especially when we start watching those villages interact with one another, let's just say. And we want to make sure that we break up the biomes, which is another little trick to teach you guys early on. If you have just 3 gigantic biomes, like say you have a giant desert, a giant ocean, and a giant jungle, all of the jungle will count as the same biome, which means that you can really wear out your welcome on the biodiversity pretty quickly. So if you break it up with these little biomes, it actually makes the Northern Channel, which has its own type of biodiversity, compared to the Blue Sea, where all of this is the Blue Sea, and all of that would share biodiversity. It's really important because if that means that we wanted to put pearls over by Gingerfurry Blossom Harbor and put pearls on their coast, that would be one biodiversity place. Like, they would use up pearls in Blue Sea, basically. And if we added pearls over here on the shores of the jungles of Lord Thunder, they would actually decrease the biodiversity of Blue Sea, which is not the end of the world. That's if the tentacle monster arises from the depths. Again, we'll talk about that later. But it would make it very difficult to keep the ecosystems healthy and very difficult to be able to really help our villages thrive. So, bearing that in mind, more lands! Ooh, Southern Dune. Huh, okay. Goddess, let's go ahead. We're gonna have you settle over here about. And we'll see how this works out. Because I think the goddess will be pretty happy with the results of living in the desert, where there happens to be a lot of wonderful minerals for her to really thrive off of. And right next to the tiny Northern Channel, where maybe we'll even be able to get some pearls coming on in. Oh hey, and speaking of both of those things, we now have earned a draft ability, which basically means we can summon higher levels of complexity within our biomes, thanks to having completed the request to provide even more science and food for the jungles of Lord Thunder. And since we do have the goddess village getting established, let's go ahead and see what the desert has to offer this time. I summon thee! There's our ostrich! Oh man, I really want to get that ostrich, but actually I think since we know we have a goddess village coming in, the lapis lazuli would be a fantastic addition, even though we would need to work hard to get 3 biodiversity on the planet in or 3 biodiversity in a desert. The lapis lazuli is shiny and beautiful, and it will shine even brighter if it happens to be next to other gemstones. So the more gemstones we have next to it, be it in the desert or potentially in the jungle where the topaz can be found, or the ocean where the jasper can be found, then the more gold you will be able to get from one spot of the lapis lazuli. And if you can manage that, then that means that you will be able to have even more wealth pouring from your lapis lazuli mines without having to do anything else to it other than just surround it by other pretty gemstones. So we're gonna have that be the powers that we bring onto this planet, considering the fact we know we're going to be working with the goddess, and oh, does she ever love the glitter of gold. The very first thing that she requests of us is that we are able to go ahead and give her settlement 3 wealth. And now we're going to go ahead and we are going to welcome none other than Adelaide Faye's Sandcat. Is it going to be, how about Lapis Oasis? There we go. And let's see, Adelaide Faye, whoops, sorry, spelled your name wrong. Hang on, I'm getting back in there. Okay, hang on, I'm coming. Adelaide Faye, Lapis. Did I? Yeah. Oh, I see what I did. Oasis. Yeah, let's do... Okay, it just doesn't do the little... Okay, alright, that's fine. Alright, so... I'm very happy about this. Because I love the gemstones. Oh, good! And there's even a spot where it seems that something that might provide a bit of food in the desert would be right over here. Unfortunately, I think the only thing that provides food in the desert is literally these little jorobas. I think we do need to have at least some food for the goddess, so we'll go ahead and put that little guy down there. Hang in there, little one. Hey, it's the sand cats again. We should probably put the sand cats down as well and have them hanging out. But let's see. Now that we have these little animals, ooh, can the jasper go over here? No. However, the jasper can go over here. The jasper is a type of gemstone that we can put in that, if it's adjacent to an animal, will actually give us even more shiny, beautiful gold. So let's put that over here and ignore the fact the goddess is immediately eating our little cherumas. Hang in there, little ones. However, your burrows will now be able to connect to this jasper, which is really pretty. I'm sure we can just pretend that that's not little Jerova pie. That's just, well, there we have it. And now what's happened is the jasper has the boost next to being to the Jerobas of animal idols, which means that they are no doubt carving adorable little rat tails on these jasper pieces here in the oasis, but it's still not quite enough to make the goddess ridiculously wealthy, nor do we have enough biodiversity to have the 3 biodiversity we need to add in the lapis lazuli. And again, I know I'm explaining a lot of this, but I'm doing it early on to front load the fact that I can at least share some of the goddess knowledge I have gained from watching my husband play. So that way, hopefully it won't be so confusing when I just start going like a son of a gun, because I want to get the best stars, figure out which of the villages is going to thrive the most on this planet, and if we get 3 stars, add in a really cool special crossover in our zoo crafting little world, because that's going to be super special pretty soon. Alright, so topaz, if adjacent to at least... Topaz, mind you, can also be here in the rainforest. So we want to remember having it... I think we could have it in both, and it wouldn't decrease the biodiversity. So you could put a topaz right here, and you could put a topaz right here. They would like being next to each other, but they wouldn't count as decreasing each other's biodiversity because they're in 2 different biomes. One would be in the lush stretch rainforest, one would be in southern dune desert. So that means, there's jasper here. I want to put down the lapis lazuli. And we need to have it in southern dune, whatever we add in, to add to the biodiversity here. How about the quartz? That's another gemstone. Because the goddess wants the wealth. I think that's what we'll do, is we'll put down the quartz for now, but we'll put it over here. The reason, my thinking there, being that if we move the quartz over here, the goddess immediately was like, yep, all right, Adelaide Faye, you as the goddess of the Lapis Oasis, immediately saw that lovely quartz and decided to go ahead and claim it as your own, which will, no doubt, like that, add to the wealth of your village, have your settlement firmly established, and leave us, before we've even left prehistory, with the ability to possibly get another city request leveled up. The more city requests we can do before we level up into the next era, the more drafts we are able to unlock, the more of the different types of plants, animals, and minerals we can add onto this planet. However, I think you can only... I think since we haven't even begun a new era, we've done the city request now for Lapis Oasis. We've done it for the jungles of Lord Thunder. And all we have left is to complete it here for Ginger Fury Blossom Harbor, which has really just been chilling here with, like, kelp to eat. They've only had seaweed soup. That's it. They have nothing else to help the population of their village. We should probably assist them with that. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and try adding in, bananas would be ridiculously amazing, but we don't have the biodiversity here, and also they spread towards the harbor. But I think they might think about spreading into the jungle if we moved over here. So with that in mind, let's go ahead. We'll put a Ramon tree. Well, the thing about the Ramon tree is that that will give us science and biodiversity. Bearing in mind that every time we add in one of the new elements onto one of the new plants, animals, or minerals onto one of their locations, we use up some of our Eon power, basically. And the more Eon power you use up, the sooner the era is over. So if I'm over here like, oh yes, science, beautiful science-giving tree that also gives biodiversity, and I go ahead and I focus on getting that down, great. However, that will make time go faster. That will make it so that we don't have as much power to put down new plants, animals, or minerals on the planet, and we would not have actually helped out the sage because he doesn't really care about science. He needs some food for his people. So with that in mind, let's see. Let's get some herrings down in the blue sea because they will actually give you a boost on the food, and you get a big boost from the kelp if they happen to be next to some fish. We could put in the clownfish, but it focuses mostly on wealth and mystery. Mystery is mysterious, but basically with mystery will grow with every one of, mystery will grow, and it grows differently in every village. The more mystery you have, the more variety of boost and perks each village will get. For instance, Ginger, Fury, Blossom, because of who they are, as devout, will get an extra 3 science and food for each mystery that is within their borders. So mystery is good, and actually, for them, but is it as strong as going ahead and having chimkins running in the jungle? You have to make those decisions. It's a lot of math as a goddess, which is why I don't usually bother with the math and just kind of go on my instincts, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't, but the journey's fun all along. And with the ocean shrine, we do actually get a big boost in mystery if there are 3 to 4 distinct ocean types of like plants, animals, or minerals within the borders. Also, I love how everyone's just chilling by the shore. I don't know why, but that reminds me of like everybody just chilling at the ocean and like down by the river in Roots of Pacha. That was amazing. Let's go ahead and get the herring down here. And if we have 2 more distinct types of ocean plants, animals, or minerals, which are the bioticum, then we will be able to go ahead and get a big boost in that mystery. So, I mean, that would be 20 extra food. Just for being able to have 4 distinct ocean bioticum. Which means now we have, look at that, a lot more of the food coming in from the kelp. And I wonder, what else should we put over here? Do we have any good minerals? Let's see, bedrock. Ooh, we'll put in some bedrock because that'll give us a little biodiversity for the blue sea. And it will also give us some science, which every village does benefit from having a population, technology, and the wealth. You get, the villages have their own focuses. Like we have 2 the Ginger Blossom Fury Harbor really loves food. Jungles of Lord Thunder, food and science. The goddess village, she's like, you people don't need to eat. You can eat gems. Wait, don't eat my gems. Like, give me my gems. So she does not really care about the food or the technology, but she wants the money. However, each village's prosperity is the sum of their population, technology, and wealth. So if we focus just on making the oasis wealthy, but we don't give them any ability to, write their own name or feed themselves, then their prosperity won't rise as easily as if we kind of balance the other 2 things a little bit, even if we do lead very strongly with building a gigantic sand cat temple, because why would you not? All right. That being said, oh, look at how happy they are. Now they have some food and they have some science, because now Ginger Fury, you have sent your people out on tiny little boats to go ahead and expand your domain And now you have the bedrock included, which has allowed them, because that brings in some mystery to the ocean shrine, to get more food. So let's actually come in and add in the other mysterious little thing that we have here, the clownfish, maybe? That has to be at the reef. Darn it. Okay, let me think about this. I think the clownfish don't have to go. Yeah, the clownfish don't have to go just on the shallows. They can also go in deep water. However, their sea anemone friends, which they really thrive being next to, and also provide us with a bit of mystery as well as science, do need to be in shallow water. And this is the last shallow water spot that we have here. So let's be careful with that. But by adding in the clownfish, even though it has to do with wealth and mystery, I think we'll be able to kind of get a little bit more of a boost from this ocean shrine. And I kind of love how Ginger Fairy Blossom Harbor is kind of pivoting to be around the ocean, which is not what I saw coming. There we go. Oh, look at that. So now we're getting like 20 food from I don't know why, as well as the mystery and the science. How's that going to help us on the population over here? Ooh, look at all that. Fun. Even more kelp, I guess. And we still have 15 eons until the next era. Ooh, and the sage is inventing something new. We'll have to figure out what that is going to be in a little bit. And you can see everybody is just so happy there. Well, they're talking about tree stumps. I guess I talk about tree stumps when I'm happy. I'll just take it on credit that they're pretty happy. And now let's go ahead and maybe... Oh, we're still... Oh, we did it! Yay! All right, so they have actually leveled up their population too. Ooh, wait, now we have a city request from the botanist too. Nice! Okay, let's go see if we can what we can pull off with like the last 15 eons before we have to actually pick an age and a path for the fate of this entire planet. So let's see. Population and technology, as well as plants for the botanist to focus on. We have a lot of population. We don't have a lot of science just yet, so that might be something that we try to give them a boost and choose an inspiration for their jungles to help them out with. Since we already have things put down that help them out with food, being able to choose these working projects from among their collection that will assist us on providing more science will be very helpful, since the jungles of Lord Thunder love both their food and the ability to, you know, read and write, which I also approve of. Maybe they're journaling about their plants. It's important to do these things. All right, so we could have an algae farm where they get 25 food for each distinct algae within their borders. A farm if there are different types of undergrowth biotica in their borders. The woodcutter would be a lot of science if they have tree biotica within their borders. And the herbalist would be a lot of science if they had undergrowth biotica within their borders. So, here's the tricky part. The undergrowth biotica were mentioned multiple times just there. We only have... Well, we actually have bananas and taro count as undergrowth, which I wasn't expecting, actually. So, you know, maybe we'll go with that one, with the herbalist, because we want to give them a boost in science. However, trees... We already have a papaya and a Ramon tree, and the bananas are trees. So I think we should go ahead and we should actually do woodcutter. So if there are 3 trees within their borders, they will get 100 science just from having 3 trees. Behold! The woodcutter. There you go. I like to imagine that it's like less of like a tree cutting down Ferngully nightmare and more like carving really pretty things into pieces of wood that they collect. Sustainably, of course. But here they go! I love watching the big... Aw, well, I was gonna say I love watching the big piles of all this stuff disappear into their, like, abilities, but we've got to help them out here. We've got to help them out. Let's go ahead and, since we now have 3 biodiversity and lush stretch, add in some bananas. Should I put it here? Oh, we're gonna put the bananas over here, because the bananas get a boost for each plant that they're around, up to 3. Well... Up to 3? 1, 2. Okay, we don't need to put it over here then. We'll put it here and we put one more plant here. Boom. we're drowning in bananas like the 3 times, not once, not twice, but 3 times that when we had our groceries delivered, our shopper read that we asked for 10 bananas and brought us 10 bunches of bananas. That's when Chips and I discovered banana and ice cream, because we had, I think we counted like 85 bananas from 10 bunches all at once, and we had to figure out what to do with them. But there we go. So these bananas are now providing 70 bananas, which is ironically about as many bananas as we got in that order. And it will go ahead and give that boost because it's next to a whole bunch of other plants, which is awesome. And we haven't even finished the first Eon. And we just completed another city request. I think that is bananas. I love it. I love it. Look at all the fruit. Oh my gosh, that makes me so ridiculously happy. And the goddess village still has like their thing now. Oh, we're doing fantastic. We're doing so fantastic. She wants to go ahead and earn more wealth, and like we could do the cat temple again. That's actually really fun. But let's see if we can have a cat first by going over to the giraffes and giving her maybe some new... Whoa, this is not what I thought the desert would give me. Date palm? I've never seen date palm before. Plus 40 for each adjacent bioticum that has a gold yield. In the desert? Really? Where everything gives me gold? And an armadillo? And sunstones? I haven't seen that. Oh my gosh. The Gila monster will give you like a whole bunch of gold if it's not next to any other animals though. But we might need some food because like the goddess cannot just have her people eat dirt no matter how much she wants them to. Absolutely no offense, Adelaide Faye. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh, we got to try the date palm. I've never actually seen that one before. I'm pretty excited about that one. Oh geez. That wasn't a cat though. So let's go ahead and we're going to take the gem seeker for Adelaide Faye's Lapis Lazuli Oasis. And now this oasis will actually receive more gold if they have a lot of gems within their borders. So we can actually, because they are at 3 biodiversity now, put in a lapis lazuli piece if we wish. And that lapis lazuli piece will get, let's see, can it reach 3 from here? It can. That lapis lazuli piece would be able to get plus 30 gold for each adjacent gemstone. We already have quartz here. We have 2 places in the northern channel where there could be gemstones, such as the agate and the jasper. Put those all together and you'd suddenly have an extremely wealthy oasis. The Jungles of Lord Thunder agreed to export medicine to Lapis Lazuli Oasis. Lord Thunder! You're being so kind! So kind! Aw. Gosh. Alright. We're gonna have to do something special with that. Let's actually expand the rainforester stuff next time. Oh my gosh. I gotta think about that actually. Okay, this is actually... We aren't even in the ancient area yet. I'm gonna preen like a little peacock and feed these guinea pigs some lettuce so that maybe we can be able to focus a little bit more next time. And I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye. Also, Lord Thunder, what kind of medicine are you sending over to Adelaide? And Adelaide, like, what kind of gemstones do you think that your people would really love the most? And also, Ginger Fury, tell me more about your ocean shrine, because it's amazing. It's amazing and hidden by a tree. I create my own problems in life with plants sometimes, don't I?